It's DJ Khaled.
Hey, this is Kim Kardashian.
This is Mike Tyson.
I'm Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
This is Martin Cove.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you're watching
Before the Fame.
Before the Fame.
Before the Fame.
Before the Fame.
Before the Fame with Mike Sherman.
Mike Sherman, don't ever stop.
Hi everybody, welcome to Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to interview some of the biggest names in sports, music, and entertainment, all before they were really famous. So that got me thinking, how about I produce a new show called Before the Fame, where it all began. So over the next 30 minutes, you guys are gonna come on a journey with me to see if we could track down those big superstars we once knew so well, and talk to the people that were there before their rise to the top. Which brings us to today's featured guest, three-time world heavyweight champion, Iron Mike Tyson. Mike was not only the most ferocious heavyweight champion of all time, he's also an actor, a writer, and now a businessman. But before we get into all that good stuff, let's go out to Los Angeles, California, where I'm sitting down with the son of boxing superstar Sugar Ray Leonard, Ray Jr., to talk about Mike's early years. Let's take a look. What's up, sir? What's up, dog? You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. I'm out here in Los Angeles, California, with one of my good friends and a longtime friend of heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, Ray Leonard Jr.
What's happening, Mike? How's it going, man?
Ray, as always, thank you so much for coming out and giving me love.
Absolutely.
When did you first meet Mike Tyson?
Man, I've known Mike for over 30 plus years. You know, back when he had his first professional fight that was televised in Houston, I think it was Jesse Ferguson. I met him, I think way back in '86. My dad was doing the commentary for HBO, and I was like, who's this kid just knocking everybody out? And it was just so phenomenal to when I first met him. You know, he was just like the nicest guy in the world. You know, he had the laughter, the heart of a kid, and he was enjoying the moment.
So you knew him back then when he was knocking all those big guys out?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was a sweet, humble guy?
He was a sweet, humble guy. I've always known him as a sweet, humble, respectful guy.
When Mike started out, he had Gus D'Amato in his corner, who was like a mentor to him. Took him up to Catskill, New York, and mentored him. So he started knocking these guys out, but as his career started to transpire, you started to see Mike drift off into different areas, started dating celebrities and models. Did you think that doom was on the horizon for Mike? Did you have any idea what was around the corner?
You know, it's a disturbing trend within that industry, and I was hoping that that wouldn't happen, but I've seen it personally in my life and my family that, you know, there's always gonna be that point in time that defines your character and what kind of person you are. And so it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how you get back up.
Has the fame changed Mike Tyson to where he is right now in his career?
I think his journey has changed him and made him to the man that he is.
Before I let you go, we have a segment on the show where we have call-ins from our TV audience. And we have a call from Australia, Chanel.
Hi, this is Chanel from Australia. I have a question for Ray Leonard about Mike Tyson. Hi, Ray. Did you ever think Mike Tyson would become the businessman he is today?
Hey Chanel, thanks for calling. I love Australia. I thought Mike had the ability to do whatever he wanted to do, because coming from where he came from to pull himself up to be a champion of the world, you don't do that by happenstance. You do that because there's something special inside you. He's going to be great. He's going to be great at it, just as good as he was as a boxing world champion.
Ray, thanks so much for coming on my show. This is Mike Sherman for Before the Fame, doing a feature on Mike Tyson. We're taking a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
You're watching Before the Fame. Coming up next, we talk with Don Metzner, a longtime friend of Mike Tyson. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The whole world perceives Mike Tyson to be this big, tough, angry bully that bit off Evander Holyfield's ear, which we all saw many years ago. you don't know, there's a soft side to Iron Mike. And I'm gonna find out. There's a part of Mike Tyson that no one knows about. There's a sentimental part, a sensitive part, a businessman part. And I flew across the country to find that out for myself.
You don't have to know boxing to know the name Mike Tyson. Mike Sherman is trying to understand the man behind the legend through the people who knew him before he became a household name.
Don.
Hi.
Thanks so much for letting me come down to talk to you about Mike Tyson
Yes.
on my TV show Before the Fame.
Yes.
Welcome back. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today we're down here in Palm Springs, California, with Don Metzner, who was a friend of Mike Tyson back when he was in his teens. First of all, Don, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thanks, Mike, for coming all the way to Palm Springs.
What was your first encounter with the champ?
Well, Mike used to like to hang out in Albany when he could get away from Customato, who was a very strict guy. If he could ever sneak out, he would sneak up to Albany and he would go to Sal DiCarlo's bar, at the time was called September's. And I think Mike looked at Sal almost like a second father. I mean, you hear about Customato all the time, but you don't hear much about Sal DiCarlo. But Sal, he loved.
Okay, so now Mike Tyson is getting to be a big fighter. He's knocking guys out. He becomes the youngest champion in boxing history. You're his friend. Were you there at the fight, or when he did knock him out, did you see him after the fight?
I was at Spink's fight at Trump Plaza, where I got to my seat, sat down, and they said it was over.
Here comes Mike Spinks in. He leads with the right hand. Down he goes.
The very next thing he did after becoming champ, he would always be at Sal DiCarlo's bar the night after every single one of those wins. Every single fight. I'm talking when he lost in Japan.
Buster Douglas.
He flew nonstop all the way back to Sal's bar right from the fight.
Wow, so that's some loyalty.
That is, well, it was always his good luck charm, and we were wondering if he was going to come after that fight.
What makes Mike Tyson Mike Tyson? What do you love about Mike so much?
I mean, most people don't realize what a nice guy is. They really do not know what a nice guy is, and his memory is sharp as can be.
The show is called Before the Fame. We go back down memory lane, talk to people like yourself that knew these superstars before they were famous. Has the fame changed Mike as a person after all he's been through?
Not that I've witnessed, not at all. And I think if you talk to that whole group of friends from Albany, I can't speak for all of them, but I think that they would tell you the same.
Thanks, Don. This is Mike Sherman for Before the Fame. We have to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.
You're watching Before the Fame. Coming up next, we fly out to the Tyson Ranch, where we speak with Mike Tyson's business partners, Rob Hickman and Charlie Lyons.
Welcome back. Now, Mike Tyson wasn't only an amazing fighter, he also did Broadway, and he's building a beautiful hotel in Palm Springs, California called the Tyson Ranch. So I had a chance to reach out to his business partner, Rob Hickman, to talk about all of it. Let's take a look. Hi, Rob. How are you?
I'm good.
Listen, I wanted to come out there and talk to you about Mike Tyson and the Tyson Ranch. I wonder if you can give me a couple of minutes, just kind of kick it with me.
We'd love to have you out here, Michael. Come out and enjoy it. We're in El Segundo, right next to LAX. And come visit us at the Tyson Ranch. You're always welcome here.
That sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today, I'm down here in Los Angeles, California, at the Tyson Ranch, and I'm sitting with not only the CEO, but one of Mike Tyson's really good friends, Rob Hickman.
How you doing?
Tell me a little bit about how you and Mike first encountered your friendship and where it all began.
Years and years ago, we had opportunities to work with Mike in and out of the movies and films that we were working on, and we always wanted to see Mike's temperament, because Mike was up and down in those days back 20 years ago. So I decided to go back and see how Mike was doing. So I checked in with him, went and met their whole infrastructure to be sure he had a good support system, because that's what Mike never had. Mike's erratic behavior or whatever people have read about, he's always been a generally great guy and a caring person. It's the people around him that seem to take advantage of that. So as long as he had a good support system, which he does, his wife is fantastic. His brother-in-law and his whole family and his kids are a tight-knit group about his in-laws.
Now they are.
Now over the top, great. But before,
back then,
well, think about it. I mean, we read about it. It's Robin Givens, and you have Don King and these other people, Hollywood or whatever, or entertainment people calling, and you're making a lot of money. You just have no real vision or no real focus and no real base to work off of.
So the Tyson Ranch comes into your head. How did that come about?
Well, I started with a very large vision at the beginning, and then I wanted to pare it back to reality. And we figured we turned into the ranch, which is part Tyson Ranch, part, a Wave Garden and Dave & Buster's, and then EA Sports thing on the family side. And then on the other side would be more of a destination like Coachella that you could go to and listen to good music. And then it moved into wellness and more wellness research.
Where do you see Mike Tyson now over the next 5 years of his career?
Well, I think he's going to be helping a lot of people. And he's not changing his lifestyle. He's not going to go live a crazy lifestyle like he did back then as a kid. It's more about being healthy and having the ability to help other people.
Robert, I want to thank you so much for letting me come to your beautiful facility, the Tyson Ranch, which is in the heart of Los Angeles, California, and giving me some time to talk about Mike Tyson.
Awesome.
It was amazing.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You're always welcome.
Everyone that sees me, they say, "Oh boy, you got that Tyson. You're lucky. You got that Tyson. He's an animal. He just loves to fight. He just loves to hurt people. He's not afraid of nothing." Very good. Well, when we're done with him, he won't look like he is anyway.
You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. I'm sitting here at the Tyson Ranch with Mr. Charlie Lyons.
Great to be here with you.
Now, everybody knows Mike was a ferocious heavyweight champion fighter. Why was he the people's choice?
Well, he was the people's choice because it was, what better story? A kid busting his way off the streets, surrounded by darkness, and he's the youngest in the world doing it. And he's so humble. As a kid, he didn't really like to fight. He was constantly picked on, and the reason he fought was to protect himself and protect his friends and protect his pets. He loved pigeons. And here was this guy that was all the right thing, and when he finally did lift it, people realized, oh my God, there's a God-given talent here that is unparalleled. But everybody that I knew that worked with Mike thought he was such an interesting complexity because he was whip smart, that he had this exotic charisma of youthful energy that was part humor but part serious. It's almost like he had learned from the master Muhammad Ali that this is the next generation.
And that was his idol growing up.
That's right, of that sort of idea that I'm going to create this enormous personality around the brand, and the brand is the baddest man on the planet.
So now Mike Tyson is one of your brand ambassadors. He's an equity partner, equity shareholder in this company.
Yes, he is.
And you're out on the road going to different corporations, events with Mike Tyson. What is that like?
He is so playful with people. He is so engaging. He's got such a big heart, and he's such a kid in the way he presents himself that people gravitate to that because they realize that here's this guy that is unquestionably one of the most ferocious human beings that ever existed, who is also one of the most charismatic people and is a lot of fun to be around.
One of the most popular figures in the world.
And would never hurt
in
anybody.
Every country.
And he's got a great sense of humor. And so everybody gravitates to him. And Mike has this tireless work ethic. And Mike's the hardest working guy you've ever seen.
Charlie, I want to thank you so much for coming on my show and being a part of Mike Tyson Before the Fame.
You're a good man. Thank you very much, buddy.
I really appreciate it. We're taking a quick commercial break, but we come back, I fly back to Miami, and I may or may not get a one-on-one with the champ himself, Mike Tyson. You definitely don't want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, Mike Tyson gets the exclusive sit-down interview he's been dreaming of. Mike Tyson, one-on-one. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Welcome back. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I'm Mike Sherman, and you're watching Before the Fame. Now, today's show is on the great Iron Mike Tyson, and I had a chance to sit down with the champ right here in Miami just a few months ago. There was media everywhere, but when he heard we were doing an episode of Before the Fame on him, he said, Mike, roll the camera. Hi, everybody. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today, we're down here at the gorgeous SLS Hotel with an icon in boxing, in business, in plays, Mr. Mike Tyson. What was it like being a young kid from Brooklyn, being the champion of the world and knocking out these big heavyweights?
Man, I was just living the dream. I was a young kid. I had the great opportunity to meet the great Customato as a kid and watch him groom me as a fighter. And he did a really great job. I'm really grateful for him. I didn't believe in myself, and he believed in me, and he kept pushing me and pushing me. And he saw the vision. He had the vision way before I even saw it.
Now it's the 80s, and you're the champion of the world. Everybody's coming at you. You've got paparazzi. You've got endorsement deals. You've got movies. What was that like?
That was like overwhelming. I was never accustomed to that at that particular time. I was aware that was going to happen, but it was just at that time, at 20 years old, 19, it was really overwhelming.
When you got done with your boxing career, you had a great career. You got involved in different things, businesses and movies. What was it like endeavoring in different areas?
Hey, it was really complicated at first because I was only accustomed to fighting and training at the time, and then gradually I just started fitting in and finding my space into the acting.
You were in The Hangover, which was a phenomenal movie, and it really put you back in the public eye as far as entertainment. What was that like being in a huge hit like that?
Hey, that was really that was something that we never thought was going to be a big hit. We took our chance on it, and it was a hit, man. We were very grateful for that as well.
Mike, about 20 years ago, I saw you in a Porsche right next to me. You were the champion of the world. You were fighting out of a little warehouse in Boca Raton. Do you remember that?
Absolutely, yeah.
What was that like being in Boca Raton, a prominently white suburban neighborhood, and everybody in the town like embracing you?
It was awesome. Yeah, I love Boca Raton is awesome. I love Boca Raton.
All right, so now you're a businessman. You have the Tyson Ranch.
Yes.
Now let's talk about this business. What's your part in the company, and where do you see the company going?
Well, I'm owner of the company. I'm part owner of the company, me and my partner, Rob Hickman. And we see the company going sky's the limit. Everyone's interested. Everybody loves the product. And that's just for the starts right there. It makes everything spectacular. Yes, everybody loves the product.
Mike, you're an icon. What kind of advice would you give other athletes that kind of went through your path as they grow older in life to learn about what life's about and what it is before all that fame hits?
Just never give up and keep the desire and the hunger in you and continue to want to do good in your life.
Mike, it's been a pleasure sitting and kicking it with you. I interview a lot of people, but you are one of my favorites. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Since the filming of this episode, Mike and I got to be really good friends. And he's not only a wonderful human being, but a really down-to-earth individual. I want to wish him nothing but success moving forward. Now it's time for our sports money segment. That's where ordinary people get a chance to win cash from answering trivia questions about today's featured guest. So now I'm going to send it out to our co-host, Brittany Cascone, who's in Fort Lauderdale. Britt, take it away.
Thanks, Mike. I'm Brittany Cascone with Sports Money, and today I'm here with Sarah, Amber,
Karen Bryant,
David Mayer,
Martin Flax.
So question number 1, what was the name of Mike Tyson's first wife? Was it A, Robin Gibbons, B, Lisa Bonet, or C, Halle Berry?
Lisa Bonet.
Robin Gibbons.
A, Robin Gibbons. Robin Gibbons.
Very good. Congratulations. You just won yourself $20, but do you want to keep the $20 and walk away, or do you want to keep playing?
I'll keep playing. Question number 2. Yeah.
So question number 2. In which city did Mike Tyson train for his first fight? Was it A, Brooklyn, New York, B, Cleveland, Ohio, or C, Catskill, New York?
B. I'm going to go with 3.
Very good.
Catskills.
Do you want to play big for question number 3?
I go for it.
I'm going to go for the gusto.
Question number 3. In which place did Mike Tyson lose his first fight? Was it A, Vegas, B, Japan, or C, New York?
I'm going to say Las Vegas.
Oh, he was in Japan when he lost the first fight.
Very good. Congratulations. You just won sports money. You just won yourself not only $40, but $60.
I won big today on sports money.
Thanks, Britt. It's amazing how many people really know trivia about Iron Mike Tyson. Great job. Well, guys, that's our show for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. But tune in for next week's show, where once again, we go down memory lane of today's biggest superstars in sports, music, and entertainment. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And send in those video questions to www.beforethefame.tv, and I'll get you on the show. And I want to give special thanks to Fight Club down here in Miami. Thanks so much. I'm Mike Sherman. Thanks for watching. Now, Mike is not only an amazing fighter, was. That's for you out there on TV. Break, but when we come back, I had a chance to sit down.